cold wind howled outside Marcus's door. It was midnight on the human colony station. Marcus sat alone in his small room drinking coffee. He worked as a night security guard. His life was simple and quiet. Suddenly he heard a strange sound. Someone was crying outside his door. It was soft like a child's voice. Marcus stood up and walked to the door. He pressed his ear against the metal surface. Yes, someone was definitely there. He opened the door slowly. His eyes went wide with shock. An alien woman sat on the floor. She held a small child in her arms. Both were shaking from the cold. The woman had blue skin and silver eyes. Her child looked weak and scared. Their clothes were torn and dirty. The alien mother looked up at Marcus. Her eyes were filled with tears and fear. "Please," she whispered. Her voice was breaking. "Just one night. We will leave if unwanted. We will not trouble you." Marcus knew the rules. No aliens allowed in human quarters. Breaking this rule meant losing his job, maybe even going to jail. But he looked at the small child. The child's lips were turning blue from cold. He could not say no. "Come inside." "Quick," Marcus said. The mother picked up her child and rushed inside. Marcus closed the door fast. He gave them blankets and warm water. The mother wrapped her child tight. "Thank you," she whispered. "My name is Zira. This is my daughter, Lyra." Marcus nodded. "I am Marcus. You are safe here." But as he said those words, he saw something strange. Lyra's skin had glowing marks on it. They pulsed softly like a heartbeat. Zira noticed Marcus staring. She quickly covered Lyra with the blanket. "Please do not ask questions," Zira begged. "They are hunting us." "Who is hunting you?" Marcus asked. Before Zira could answer, Marcus heard loud footsteps in the corridor outside. He walked to his window and looked out. His blood ran cold. Armed soldiers were searching every room. They wore black uniforms with a red symbol. They were not station security. They were corporate soldiers, dangerous people. Marcus turned back to Zira. Her face had gone pale with terror. "They found us," she whispered. Marcus moved fast. He grabbed Zira and Lyra by their hands. "Storage room. Now," he whispered urgently. He pushed aside his old equipment boxes and opened a small hidden door. It led to a tiny storage space. Zira and Lyra crawled inside. Marcus covered the door with boxes again. "Stay quiet. Do not make any sound," Marcus warned them. Just then someone knocked hard on his door. Bang, bang, bang. Marcus took a deep breath. He walked to the door and opened it calmly. 3 soldiers stood there. Their leader was a tall man with cold eyes. He held a digital scanner in his hand. "Security guard Marcus?" the soldier asked. "Yes. What is the problem?" Marcus replied. "We are searching for 2 aliens. A woman and a child. Have you seen them?" Marcus kept his face calm. "No, I have been alone all night." "Why are you looking for them?" The soldier studied Marcus's face carefully. "They are dangerous criminals. If you see them, report immediately." Marcus nodded. "Of course, I will." The soldiers looked around his room from the doorway. Marcus's heart pounded in his chest. Finally they left. Marcus waited 5 long minutes. Then he opened the storage room. Zira came out holding Lyra. The child was crying softly. Zira covered her daughter's mouth gently. "They are gone now," Marcus said. "But you need to tell me the truth. Why are they hunting you?" Zira sat down slowly. Her hands were shaking. "My people are called Varens," she began. "We come from a peaceful planet. We have a special gift." She touched Lyra's glowing marks softly. "We can heal any disease, any injury, just with our touch." Marcus stared at them in shock. 5 years ago, a human corporation discovered our planet. Zira continued, her voice filled with pain. "They wanted to use our power. They wanted to make medicine and sell it for billions of credits." "That sounds helpful," Marcus said, confused. "No." Zira shook her head. "They did not want to work with us peacefully. They wanted to capture us, use us like laboratory animals. They destroyed our cities, killed thousands of my people." Tears rolled down her face. "My husband fought to protect us. They killed him. I escaped with Lyra. We have been running for 3 years." Marcus felt anger burning in his chest. "Why do they want Lyra specifically?" Zira pulled back the blanket from Lyra's arm. The glowing marks covered her whole body. "Lyra is special. Her healing power is 100 times stronger than normal Varens. They want to use her for experiments. They want to extract her blood, her cells. They do not care if it kills her." Marcus looked at the small child. Lyra looked back at him with big, scared eyes. He remembered his sister. She died 5 years ago from a terrible disease. No medicine could save her. He wished someone could have healed her, but not like this. Not by torturing an innocent child. I will not let them take her, Marcus said firmly. Zira held his hand. Thank you. We will leave tomorrow morning. We will not bring more danger to you. Suddenly a loud alarm rang through the entire station. Red lights flashed everywhere. A voice boomed over the speakers. It was cold and cruel. Attention all station residents. This is Director Vex of Medicorp Industries. We know the alien fugitives are hiding here. Bring me the child within 1 hour, or everyone on this station will suffer. We will shut down your life support systems. You have 60 minutes to decide. Marcus and Zira stared at each other in horror. The nightmare had just begun. The alarm kept ringing. Red lights flashed in every room. People were shouting in the corridors. Everyone was scared and confused. Marcus looked at his watch. 58 minutes left. We need to move, he said to Zira. They will search every room again, more carefully this time. But before they could plan, another announcement came. All residents must report to the main hall immediately. This is mandatory. Anyone who refuses will be considered an accomplice. Marcus had no choice. If he did not go, soldiers would come for him. Stay hidden. Do not come out for any reason. He told Zira and Lyra, I will come back for you. Zira grabbed his arm. What if they force you to tell them? I will not, Marcus promised. He left his room and joined the crowd of people walking to the main hall. Everyone looked worried and angry. Marcus heard them talking. We should just give them the aliens. Why should we all die? This is not our problem. Those aliens brought trouble here. I have children. I cannot risk their lives for strangers. Marcus felt sick listening to them, but he understood their fear. The main hall was packed with 300 station residents. Corporate soldiers stood along the walls with weapons ready. Everyone sat down in rows of chairs. Then a man walked onto the stage. He wore an expensive white suit. His face was handsome, but his smile was evil. This was Director Vex. Good evening, residents. Vex spoke smoothly. I apologize for this inconvenience. I am looking for something that belongs to my company. A very valuable asset. You mean a child? Someone shouted from the crowd. Vex's smile did not change. A special alien child. Her biological material is worth billions. With her cells, we can cure every disease known to humanity. Think about it. No more cancer. No more suffering. Some people in the crowd nodded. It sounded good. But this alien woman refuses to cooperate. Vex continued. She is selfish. She keeps this miracle to herself while millions of humans die every day. You are lying. Marcus stood up suddenly. Everyone turned to look at him. Vex's eyes locked onto Marcus. Security guard, Marcus. Do you have something to share? Marcus's heart pounded, but he spoke anyway. You do not want to help people. You want to torture a child for profit. There is a difference. Vex laughed coldly. Torture? We simply want to study her. Medical research requires sacrifice. She is not yours to sacrifice, Marcus shot back. The crowd began arguing. Some people supported Marcus. Others shouted at him, my daughter is sick. If that alien can heal her, bring her here. We cannot murder a child. What is wrong with you people? Better one alien child than 300 humans. The station commander stood up. He was an old man named Captain Rhodes. Director Vex, Rhodes said firmly. You cannot threaten an entire station. This is against interstellar law. Vex shrugged. I have powerful friends. No one will punish me. Now you have 40 minutes left. Decide quickly. The soldiers began searching rooms again. They were breaking down doors, smashing furniture, looking everywhere. Marcus ran back to his quarters. His heart raced with panic. He had to get Zira and Lyra out. He opened his door and rushed to the storage room. We need to leave now, he said urgently. Zira came out carrying Lyra. The child looked terrified. Where can we go? Zira asked. They are everywhere, Marcus thought fast. The maintenance tunnels? They run under the entire station. We can hide there. They moved quickly through the back corridors. Marcus knew the station well. He avoided the main hallways where soldiers were searching. They reached a maintenance hatch in the floor. Marcus pulled it open. Dark tunnels stretched below them. Down. Quick, Marcus whispered. They climbed down the metal ladder. Marcus closed the hatch above them. They were in darkness now. Only emergency lights glowed dimly. Follow me, Marcus said. They walked through the narrow tunnels. Water dripped from pipes above. The air smelled bad, but they were safe for now. Suddenly Lyra stumbled. She fell against Marcus. Her small hand touched his shoulder. A warm feeling spread through Marcus's body. The old injury in his shoulder, the one that always hurt, suddenly felt better. The pain disappeared completely. Marcus stared at Lyra in amazement. "She healed you," Zera said softly. "Even without trying. Her power flows naturally." Marcus understood now. Lyra was not just special. She was a miracle. They kept walking through the tunnels. Marcus was looking for the emergency exit that led outside the station. But when they reached the exit door, Marcus's hope died. Corporate soldiers stood guard outside. Vex had blocked every exit. They were trapped. Marcus sat down, feeling defeated. Then he remembered something. Years ago, when the station was first built, the original designer told him a secret. There was one hidden escape pod. Only the chief builder knew about it, and Marcus was the chief builder's son. "I know another way," Marcus said suddenly. He led them deeper into the tunnels. Finally, they reached an old sealed door. Marcus entered a code his father taught him. The door opened. Inside was a small escape pod. It was old but functional. Zera's face filled with hope. "We can escape." But Marcus looked at the pod carefully. His heart sank. It was very small. Only 2 seats. It could only carry 2 people. Zera saw his face and understood. Her hope turned to horror. "No," she whispered. Marcus looked at her and Lyra. Then he looked at the pod. Someone had to stay behind. Marcus stared at the small escape pod. His mind raced with impossible choices. "You and Lyra take it," Marcus said firmly. "Go now before they find us." "No," Zera shook her head. "They will kill you. Vex will punish you for helping us." "I can handle Vex," Marcus replied, but his voice shook slightly. He knew the truth. Vex would not show mercy. Lyra looked up at Marcus with her big silver eyes. Tears rolled down her blue cheeks. "Please come with us," the small child whispered. Marcus knelt down and touched her face gently. "I cannot fit, little one. But you will be safe. That is what matters." Suddenly they heard sounds above them. Boots stomping, soldiers shouting. They were searching the tunnels now. "They are close," Zera said in panic. Marcus made his decision. "Listen carefully. I will go back up. I will distract them. When they follow me, you run to the pod and launch it. Do not wait. Do not look back." "Marcus, no," Zera started. "This is the only way," Marcus said urgently. "Lyra deserves to live. You deserve to be her mother. Go." He turned and started climbing back toward the main tunnel, but Zera grabbed his hand. "If we survive," she said with tears, "we will tell everyone about you, about your kindness. You will be remembered as a hero." Marcus smiled sadly. "I am not a hero. I am just a man who opened his door." He climbed up the ladder quickly. His plan was simple. Surrender to Vex. Tell him he killed the aliens to protect the station. Show fake evidence. Give Zera enough time to escape. It was a bad plan, but it was the only plan. Marcus emerged in the main corridor. He walked straight toward the soldiers. He held his hands up in the air. "I am here," he shouted. "Stop searching." 5 soldiers surrounded him immediately, their weapons pointed at his chest. "Where are the aliens?" the lead soldier demanded. "Gone," Marcus said. "I killed them. Their bodies are in the waste disposal." The soldiers looked at each other uncertainly. Then Director Vex appeared. He walked slowly toward Marcus. His cold eyes studied Marcus's face. "You killed them?" Vex asked calmly. "Yes," Marcus lied. "They threatened me. I had no choice. The station is safe now. Leave us alone." Vex smiled, but it was not a friendly smile. It was the smile of a predator. "Show me the bodies," Vex said. Marcus's blood went cold. He had no bodies to show. "They were destroyed in the disposal system," Marcus said quickly. "Convenient," Vex replied. "I do not believe you." He nodded to his soldiers. They grabbed Marcus roughly and threw him against the wall. One soldier pressed a weapon against Marcus's head. "Last chance," Vex said. "Where are they?" Marcus said nothing. He closed his eyes and thought of Zira and Lyra escaping. He hoped they were already in the pod, flying away. "Safe." "Very well," Vex said coldly. "Kill him." The soldier's finger moved toward the trigger. Suddenly a small voice shouted, "Stop!" Everyone turned. Lyra stood at the end of the corridor. Her small body trembled with fear. But she walked forward bravely. "No!" Marcus screamed. "Run! Go back!" But Lyra kept walking. Zira ran after her, trying to grab her. But Lyra was too fast. "Please do not hurt him," Lyra said to Vex. "Take me instead. Leave Marcus alone." Vex's eyes lit up with greed. Finally, the precious child. He walked toward Lyra slowly. His hand reached out to grab her. Lyra looked back at Marcus one last time. Tears covered her face. Then she placed both her small hands on the floor. Her entire body began to glow. The marks on her skin became bright like stars. The light grew stronger and stronger. It was blinding. "What is she doing?" Vex shouted. "Stop her." But no one could move. The light spread across the floor. It traveled up the walls. It covered the entire corridor. Then it spread through the whole station. Vex smiled wickedly. "Capture her. Do not let her escape." But something unexpected happened. The light did not just glow. It entered everyone's minds. Every person on the station suddenly saw visions. They saw Lyra's memories, Zira's memories. They saw a beautiful planet with blue skies and silver trees. They saw happy Varen families living in peace. They saw children playing and laughing. Then they saw the attack. Corporate ships falling from the sky like metal rain. Explosions destroying cities. Soldiers shooting innocent people. Mothers screaming for their children. Fathers dying to protect their families. They saw Zira's husband, a kind man with gentle eyes. They saw him smile at baby Lyra. Then they saw soldiers shoot him. They felt Zira's pain, her grief, her desperate escape with her daughter. They felt 3 years of running, hiding, starving, crying, always afraid, always hunted. They felt Lyra's fear, a small child who never knew safety, who never played with friends, who only knew suffering. And finally they felt hope. The tiny spark of hope when Marcus opened his door. The light faded slowly. Everyone in the station stood silent. Tears rolled down their faces. They had felt everything. They knew the truth now. Director Vex blinked in confusion. What was that?" Captain Rhodes stepped forward. His old face was hard with anger. "That was the truth," Rhodes said. "Something you buried with lies." Other station residents appeared. They surrounded Vex and his soldiers. Their faces showed fury. "You murdered thousands of innocent beings," one woman shouted. "You tried to torture a child," another man yelled. "You are the criminal here, not them." Vex's confident smile disappeared. He looked around nervously. His soldiers lowered their weapons. Some of them looked ashamed. "You do not understand," Vex said desperately. "The profits, the medical advances, it is for the greater good." "Greater good?" Marcus walked forward. His voice was strong now. "You cannot build good things from evil actions. That is not how humanity should be." Captain Rhodes pulled out his communication device. "Attention Central Command, this is Station Chief Rhodes, requesting immediate arrest of Director Vex for war crimes, murder, and illegal genetic experiments. Sending evidence now." Within minutes, official government ships arrived. Real authorities, not corporate soldiers. They arrested Vex. He screamed and fought. But no one listened anymore. His soldiers surrendered peacefully. The station was free. Marcus walked to Lyra. The small child collapsed into his arms, exhausted from using her power. "You were very brave," Marcus whispered. "I could not let them hurt you," Lyra said weakly. "You saved us. You are family now." Zira came and hugged both of them. She cried tears of relief and joy. The nightmare was finally over. The next morning, sunlight came through the station windows. The red alarm lights were gone. The fear was gone. Everything felt different now. Marcus sat in the medical center. Doctors were checking Lyra to make sure she was healthy. Using her powerful healing ability had made her very tired. But she was recovering well. Zira sat next to Marcus. She held his hand gently. "I do not know how to thank you," she said softly. "You risked everything for strangers." Marcus shook his head. "You are not strangers anymore." Captain Rhodes entered the room. The old commander looked tired but happy. "I have news," Rhodes announced. "The government has officially apologized to the Veran people. Medicorp Industries is being shut down. All their illegal activities are being investigated." "What about other Verans?" Zira asked hopefully. "Are there other survivors?" Rhodes smiled. "Yes. We found 300 Veran refugees hiding across different planets. The government is bringing them here. This station will become a safe sanctuary for your people." Zira gasped. Tears of joy filled her eyes. "My people, they are alive. Yes, and they will be protected now. Humanity owes your species a great debt." Rhodes turned to Marcus. "And you, security guard Marcus. You are being promoted. We need someone trustworthy to manage the new refugee program." Marcus was surprised. "Me? I am just a simple guard." "You are more than that," Rhodes said firmly. "You showed us what real courage looks like. Courage is not being fearless. Courage is being afraid, but doing the right thing anyway." Over the next few weeks, the station transformed completely. The Veran refugees arrived. They were scared at first. They did not trust humans. Too much pain, too many bad memories. But the station residents welcomed them warmly. They shared food. They shared homes. They learned about Veran culture. Slowly, trust began to grow. Zira started working as the station's medical officer. Her healing powers saved many lives, but she only healed people who asked respectfully. She was not a tool. She was a person with dignity. Lyra started attending the station school. Human children were curious about her at first. They stared at her glowing marks. Some were afraid, but Marcus walked Lyra to school every day. He introduced her to the other children. He organized games where human and Veran children played together. Soon, Lyra had many friends. She laughed and played like a normal child. For the first time in her life, she felt safe. One evening, Marcus sat on a bench overlooking the station's viewing deck. He watched stars shine in the darkness of space. He thought about everything that happened. Lyra ran up to him and sat down beside him. "Marcus?" she said quietly. "Yes, little one. Can I call you Papa?" Lyra asked nervously. "Mama says it is okay if you agree." Marcus felt his heart fill with warmth. Tears came to his eyes. "I would be honored," he whispered. Lyra hugged him tight. Marcus held her close. Zira walked over and joined them. They sat together like a family. A strange, beautiful, unexpected family. 3 months passed. The station became famous across the galaxy. It was called the Station of Second Chances, a place where different species lived together in peace. Marcus stood at the station entrance one day. He was now the director of refugee services. His job was welcoming newcomers. An alarm beeped. A small ship was approaching. It was damaged and barely flying. The ship landed roughly. The door opened. 2 alien beings stumbled out. They were not Veran. They were a different species Marcus had never seen before. One was injured badly. The other one carried a small child. They looked terrified and desperate. Station residents gathered around them. Some looked uncertain. Would they welcome more aliens? Was this too much? Marcus stepped forward. He remembered that cold night when he opened his door. "Welcome," Marcus said warmly. "You are safe here." The alien mother began crying with relief. Other station residents stepped forward too. They brought blankets, food, medical supplies. No one hesitated this time. Captain Rhodes stood beside Marcus and smiled. "You started something beautiful here." Marcus watched as Zera used her healing powers to help the injured alien. He watched as Lyra played with the frightened alien child, making her smile. He thought about his sister, the one he could not save. He wished she could see this, see how one small act of kindness created ripples across the galaxy. That night, Marcus made an announcement to the entire station. "I learned something important," he said over the communication system. "Fear makes us push away those who are different. Fear tells us to protect only ourselves. But courage, real courage, means opening your door when someone knocks." He paused and looked at Zera and Lyra standing beside him. Sometimes the stranger outside is not a threat. Sometimes they are family you have not met yet. We are all just trying to survive. We are all just looking for kindness. When we share that kindness, we do not lose anything. We gain everything. The station residents listened quietly. Many nodded in agreement. "From this day forward," Marcus continued, "this station will always have open doors. Any being seeking safety will find it here. Any person running from cruelty will find protection. This is our promise. This is who we choose to be." Applause filled the station, humans and aliens together, making a promise to be better, to be kinder. Weeks turned into months. Months turned into years. The station grew bigger. More species arrived. The place became a symbol of hope across the galaxy. Lyra grew into a young woman. She became a teacher. She taught children of all species about compassion and understanding. Zera and Marcus grew old together. They never officially married, but everyone called them husband and wife. Their love was quiet and deep. On Marcus's final day, many years later, he lay in bed surrounded by family. Lyra held his hand. She was a grown woman now with her own children. "Papa," she whispered, "thank you for opening your door that night." Marcus smiled weakly. "Thank you for knocking." He closed his eyes peacefully. His last thought was simple and beautiful. He had lived a good life, a life of meaning, all because he chose kindness when fear told him not to. After Marcus passed, the station built a statue in his honor. It showed a man opening a door. On the base were carved simple words: "Humanity's greatest strength is not technology or weapons. It is our ability to choose kindness when fear tells us not to." One open door can change the galaxy. Every new refugee who arrived at the station touched the statue for luck. They whispered their thanks to the simple security guard who taught humanity how to be truly human. And somewhere in the stars, Marcus's spirit smiled. His door had opened, and the whole galaxy walked through. The end.